La 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 Hi, hello everyone. Hello everyone. It's good to be here again. Trust you have a great day. How is it going so far? How is it going so far? So today we'll be looking at reviewing Samuel Ajiboye's activities going forward. We are going to be more aggressive with our activities on LinkedIn. I will try to see how we can reach more audience and how we can produce more unique content that can help to educate our audience and help them build the next $1 billion company. And it's going to be more entertaining, more skillful to help you grow through your entrepreneurial journey and to also help you with your branding. So we are going to be focusing doing more on branding this month. We will be doing a lot on branding. Okay, so I'm going to give you a review. Tomorrow we're going to be having the entrepreneurial diary review. We do that every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Basically, what entrepreneurial diary review is article that I write every day, write on LinkedIn and on other medium and channel to give you everything that has to do with entrepreneurship. It is a library. If you're building a startup, you're building a business, you are looking for somewhere to go to, you need to go to my LinkedIn page and look at for the article section. We have a lot on the entrepreneurial diary, come across the raising fund, building structure, trying to build your new team, and how do you grow at the very beginning when you have nothing, and how do you scale when you need to scale, and how do you raise money, and how do you build a compelling brand for your company and for yourself. So we have anything that how do you do with your staffing at early stage when you don't have enough money to hire the required staff. What are the strategy? How do you build SOP policy? How do you adapt? How do you build product market fit? How do you navigate from one level to another without losing your focus? There's a lot to be learned on Entrepreneurial Diary. Grab your seat, go there. On Samuel Ajiboye, go to the article section. You'll see a lot of articles that will help you grow. So what we do every Thursday is to pick a particular topic. Every Tuesday is to pick a particular topic and do a review on that. The one we're going to be having, which I'm going to talk briefly about it today, tomorrow, and it's very, very important because it's going to teach you how to build a multi-billion dollar, how to build a powerful and compelling brand in all platforms, and how to create a real perception about yourself and to be able to convert them to things that happen around you, and makes you to be able to attract the right people around you, physically and online, to be able to leverage with on tough network, because everybody want to associate with someone who have great stuff and who is ready to serve others. So we're going to teach you all of these, and I'm going to be talking that in a bit to give you a summary of what we're going to have tomorrow. On Thursday, we're going to be having a exceptional with Sam, as usual, at 7 p.m. What we're trying to do is to bring celebrity, bring people who are successful in their career to talk basically about their success story and how they've used social media to pilot their growth, and how they will be able to navigate through the very beginning to where they are now. If he's a celebrity, if he's a musician, if he's an influencer, we go cut across the globe. We look for the very, very best talent around the globe to come down, to have a chat with them and try to see what are the strategies that have things they've done differently that have brought them that far, and to allow our audience to learn from them. So don't forget, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. Grab your seat. We are going to be bringing out people, diversion from everywhere, every country, every philosophy of life. We bring everybody around the world to tell us about their success. These are people we look up to who are successful, who have influence in every area of their career, business, music, entertainment, business, and all of that, online and offline, just to have a chat with this guy and see how our audience can learn from them. So today, I'm going to be telling you about amazing things that's going to be happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be having a topic. We are actually writing a course on that. We're going to be having what is called unconscious influence of personal branding. Unconscious influence of personal branding. I just want you guys to take a moment and think about someone that you know somewhere that is always having his way. Things do favor happen to him, and they always have his way. When they look for job, they get job. When there's an opportunity for anything, they are always first people consider, and try to see what are their characteristics, which form that part of their branding that makes things like that happen. We did a test recently in the office where I have people to think about, write down someone that they know, and they write the criteria of these people who are always lucky with things, always find favor. When they look for a job, they get job. When they are in the church or in the mosque, they are looking for position. People easily recommend them for position and all of that. And we wrote the attributes of these people down. We realized that these people have some common attributes which form their brand. So quick one, let me explain to you branding in my own definition from research and experience. Branding is the perception of your audience based on your expressions. Okay? Is the perception of who you are. Okay? Branding is the perception of who you are based on your expression. Okay? What it means is that branding based on your audience is the perception. That's what they think you are, based on the expression, things that they are able to know about you, both physically or digital, and that is redefinition of expression. So tomorrow we're going deep into this and saying what kind of expression we have. We have verbal expression, we have non-verbal expressions. Okay, from talk about what verbal expression, what expression means, what is non-verbal expression. Then we also talk about physical expression. Also talk about digital expression. Okay, and one thing that is obvious is that we have which 90% of the influencer people, 80% of their digital expression determine their influence. So we're going to talk about digital expression in different ways. Okay, then we're going to conclude that digital expression is like content. We're going to get to that. We'll talk about digital expression is about content. It's about this because you represent yourself. You express yourself digitally by yourself or by third party. Okay, and we're going to also talk about various forms of digital expressions. We have video, we have text, we have pictures, we have this, and these expressions basically determine who you are, determine how people perceive you. Okay, so if you want to do a video, for instance, the quality of the cameras goes a long way to tell about who you are. The characters in the videos and the background activities around it determine how the video will be rated. Okay, and the same thing with your content, and that is why you have to be intentional about every element of your content. You have to be intentional about every element of your content. Do you want your content to look rich? Do you want your content to look interesting? Do you want your content to look interactive? Every element of your content form a part of value to your content. So if you know all of that and you're able to, that's why I said it's not everybody that is right for video content. Some people are good with digital content. It's not everybody that is right for digital content. Some people are good with written content. Some people are good with pictures, images. They are not good for video because they don't have all the necessary. And that is why you don't force yourself to fit. Because there are people that when they put a content in written words, they get more value for their content. And that in turn gives them high value of their brand. And when they translate from, that's why I love the LinkedIn audio. The LinkedIn audio requires less resources because you don't need to show who you are. There's no need for, you don't need your pictures. You don't need to worry about what you wear. You don't need to worry about the background. You don't need to worry about anything. Just be sure you're in a very place that is quiet and you have the right voice. So for every content, there are elements. And for every element, there are value placed on them. So you need to be sure of whatever content, you have every necessary element to fit, to match with the kind of content you are putting out. Because the funny thing about content, a content is a pixel of your brand image. For every content that you put out there, we either add to your brand or reduce your brand. That's the funny thing about content. Especially now that we spend most of our time on digital platform that even going out. So it means that for every content you are putting out there, you need to check every element of that content. Is it voice? If it's LinkedIn events, audio events, you know it's all about voice. Do you have the right voice? Do you have the right vocabulary? Do you have the simple words? Are you moving at the right space that your audience can catch up and understand what you're saying? You don't need so much resources because every resource is already provided by you, by LinkedIn. All you just need to do is to have a good voice and have a good knowledge about what you want to discuss. And you are into it and you build a good brand. And when you're ready, another thing to tell people, you are not compelled to take picture everywhere on your digital content. For your digital content, it's not everywhere. So you need to choose where you take picture from. So you determine the value of your content. Because the funny thing about branding, if you're not intentional about your brand, people will define you anyhow, and it will shortchange you of your value. Okay? It's like going for an interview and they're asking you a question and you are answering it wrongly. You definitely will not get a job because you know the answer, but you're not answering it right. Or you're not polite about it. That's why we talk about the verbal content. You can have the non-verbal. You're looking good, you dress well in the picture, people like you. But when they begin to engage with you, your knowledge base is not fitting to the image they're seeing. So have you done the right study? Have you prepared for every opportunity moment you find yourself? It's an opportunity to sell yourself. If you see it that way, you will always be intentional about and very informative. So you don't leave it for people to define you anyhow. Okay? So we'll talk about the content type, the video, different types, strategy. And the one thing about branding, okay, that we're going to talk about is because what determines the power of your brand or the value of your brand is determined by the quality of the expressions, which are content, and the strength of the mileage. How far are you distributing your content? Because if you are creating a powerful content and they are not properly distributed, your brand will not get a mileage. So it's like producing a goods or services. That's why I always smile at a lot of people. You spend so much money in producing content. You get a cameraman, you get a video, you get everything. You spend a lot of money producing content, but no strategy about distributing those contents. So you don't get mileage about your content. So the value that the content that you spend so much money to produce is not really impacting on your brand equity. It's not really contributing because it's not getting to the necessary audience. So aside of probably a very powerful content we're going to talk about tomorrow, we're going to talk about you need to also have a strategy for distribution. Then how do you target the right audience? Okay. Another thing we're going to be talking about is the influence of your brand. Okay, the influence of a brand. A good brand might likely want to employ me. You know why? Yeah, maybe they feel I'm intelligent. Maybe they feel that I have a brand that is also going to leverage on their own brand. Maybe they feel that I have followership. Maybe they feel that I have the right kind of attitude, the right kind of skill set. Aside the skill set, they feel that I have the kind of image that will add to their own brand image. The funny thing is that everybody wants to increase their brand reach by leveraging with people who already have some brand equity. So if a company is going to interview two people, you would have picked the guy who already has some brand equity over the guy who just has the bare knowledge. Because the guy who has the brand equity is bringing two things online. He's bringing his brand image and he's also bringing his knowledge and know-how. Okay? And all of this works together. So what's your brand influence? You get into a mosque, you get into the church, and they want you to be one of the leaders, you want to be this. You get to a group, they want you to lead because of your brand. Your brands are your action, your thoughts, your behavior, your dress, your outlook, your actions, your reactions, the way you speak. Are you polite enough? These are attributes that define you, and you keep asking yourself, why is Mr. AE always get all the position? It's because he has the right brand. It's because he's conscious and intentional about his brand. Because everybody wants to anybody that will represent them to represent them properly, not to use the wrong word or to embarrass them. So they are looking for somebody who have maturity and has the right brand to project anybody. So it's not about luck. People are playing so much hard work to build network. People are playing so much hard work, so much intention, so much research to build a good brand. And this brand creates unconscious influence on everything they do. When they go to somewhere, when the doors are locked, they open door for them. Oh, no, I know you. Have been reading your content. Oh, great guy. You don't speak so much because the historical power of your brand represents you in the present in such a way that it creates a lot of ripple influence. Even in our homes, the parent tends to favor the child that is very serious academically, okay, that seems to be prudent and intelligent. They always want to unconsciously give them anything they ask for, because there's already a perception that they will spend the money with, they're going to use it. So the parent does not even ask so much question to give them money. But the other guy, he has a lot of questions because there's already a perception that he's going to waste the money. So your brand is who you represent and how people perceive you in your home, in your place of work, online and offline. So the influence of your brand can make things around you work for you and against you. And that is why we have to be intentional. So don't forget, 7 p.m. I'm going to take my time to break it down on audio. So go there and go and join. It's going to be more details and all of that. So we're going to also talk about the consistency of your brand. There are some people, they are very good online. When you have opportunity to meet them, they're totally different people. You have to be consistent. We also talk about brand diversity. If you're a businessman, you should be able to adapt to your industry brand. If you're working on the industry and you're expected to look in, you try to adapt your brand to fit. So we're going to be learning a lot of things tomorrow. So make sure you don't miss it. Tell your friend, because the topic is of your personal branding. It opens doors. It creates way. Is look. Because the truth is that if you want to get someone to be handsome, you need to look good. If you want a good job, you need to look intelligent. You need to look smart. If you're telling me you want me to pay you $10 million, there's no problem. But you should look like $10 million for God's sake. Sometimes it's even not fair on ourselves. If you want to marry a guy that looks very touche, you should look touche yourself. If you want to hire somebody that looks intelligent, your organization should also look intelligent. It's win-win. You should be, in fact, it's very unfair when you want to have activity with someone who has consciously built their brand and you are doing nothing about your brand and you just want it to work that way. We have to be conscious about our brand and we have to be fair to ourselves, because there is a lot of people that are going through a lot because they are not projecting their brand enough. They are very intelligent, but nobody knows they are intelligent. They are smart, nobody knows they are smart. They are very handsome, but the guy refuses to dress well. She's very beautiful, but she's not wearing a good clothes. She has a good mind, but you have to look, you have to balance it, both verbal and non-verbal. How do you look? Then how do you speak? I remember those days when we want to employ people, you say you're looking for someone that can speak for them. See, it's funny. In fact, there was a time that people paid them more. You could see, forget it. It's all about brand. If you want to take a lot of money, are you ready to meet up with a brand you're trying to get paid for? So we have to be conscious of everything we put out there. So don't forget, we're going to go into details of it. I am telling you, you will love it. There's a magic in personal branding. If you have a good brand, you cannot look for a job. Seriously. You cannot look for a job. Your brand will always make a way for you. You just drop it and you see what's going to happen. It's massive. Don't play with your brand. You're cheating yourself too much. And you know one thing? When you look good, when you do the right thing, when people appreciate you, you feel good about it. It's not only the reason, but it feels good. It feels good when you're doing the right thing and you get feedback. You feel good. And it makes you happy to want to do more. When people tell me, oh, I've read your article, I love what you write, I want to do more. It encourages me to do more. And sometimes I don't need to discuss so much to get things done. I go on LinkedIn, I go into people's DM, I talk to them, and from one second to the other, they don't need to ask me so much because they've already consumed my impression and content. So they already have a perception of it, so I don't need to explain myself for too long. So we'll go straight to the business. So you don't need to cheat on yourself. We cheat on ourselves too much. You want to save all the money. How many budget have you set aside to look good? How much budget have you set aside to look good? To look good when you're going to office. Do you know why your MD always want to pick some people to go for a meeting with them, even when they're not the one in the right position to go for the meeting? It's because he's looking for someone that will compliment them. It's simple. They say the MD like this guy. He never like anybody. CEO never like anybody. It's just fair to everybody, but he needs someone that's going to add to his brand. He needs someone that's going to balance his brand. So we have to be intentional about what we wear. I remember those first time I started job early. I dressed very well. My MD will always tell me, Assam, let's go. And the other people were looking at it like, this is a new style. Why is the MD always telling me? I pay my due. I look good, for God's sake. I look good. I built a good CV. So the MD want to put me there, want to put me in front. You see, you have to be intentional. It's what you give, you get. No magic. But when you are intentional about it, the ripple effect, you will not even know. You go to places, people are recommending you to come to their board. People are recommending you to come and speak on their behalf. People are recommending you that they want you to be A, B, C, D. Even things you are not asking for. That's the power of branding. It goes everywhere that you cannot even reach. So guys, don't forget, on Thursday, we're going to have a sectional with Sam. Okay, in this same studio, we're going to try to bring the very best. I like you guys. I like the fact that it's because of you guys I'm here, and I like the engagement. I like the fact that you guys are encouraging me to do more. But we need to also pay attention to our brand, because it is good for us to have a good life. Your brand can make you have that. Trust me. Thank you, guys. So don't forget, if you have any comment, drop. We talk more. If you have any comments, so tomorrow we're going to have the details of this topic, and I'm sure you will love it. But okay, some people want to ask a question. Thank you, guys. Somebody say you look good but empty in the brain. You know, it's funny. You need both. You need both. You need both. You need to be good. That's why the verbal expression shows your knowledge base. And thank God for internet now. Thank God for YouTube, LinkedIn Learning, YouTube, and all of that. You can learn a lot of things in the microwave now. You don't need to go and learn big things. You can learn things in the microwave that can help you to learn things quickly, and you can do anything within the comfort of your phone and all of that. So there's no reason now that we should not be learning. Please, there's no reason we should not be learning. So if you have anything you need to learn, please grab it. Thank you, guys. See you some other day. Bye for now.